Farms, and I finished up the 2 parsnip harvesting contracts, so we got a ton of cash off of those. I also sold a whole load of parsnips, so up to £214,000, which is really nice. So it was, what, 90 grand off of those. Now doing I think it was, I want to say a barley harvesting, no, I think it was a wheat harvesting contract in field 21. So I had both combines running, and I was using the big grain bin to cart for that because it was a big, it was like 400,000 litres to deliver. So got both of those done, up to £257,000, and we've got quite a bit of wheat as well, which is in the grain dry, so that's cool. And we're going to sell one of the Volvo trucks now and get ourselves that MAN truck, which you've probably seen in the thumbnail. So I'm going to sell this for 19 grand. And then we're going to spend a whole load of cash. Those Volvo trucks were nice, but they were kind of low on power, and they struggled to move the animal trailer around, whereas I do not think this guy will. And it's something that I've never used before, so I think it's going to be a bit of fun. It's also front and rear wheel steer, which is kind of cool. I think it reverse drives, and we can get it with 800 horsepower. So, yep. Why not, eh? Why not? So it was a recommendation from Smock Farmer. He's used it a few times. It's meant to be a shunting vehicle, but yeah, we're going to use it as our main truck. We're going to get the wide tyres on it. You can also get attachers, so we can get a rear attacher on it, so we can use it for moving some other stuff around that the Volvos can't as well, which is going to be useful. Which I think you're going to see. No, we use a normal trailer for doing the harvesting, which is going to be the main job that we're going to get done today. Yes, I'm going to get it in a pretty garish colour, because why not, eh? Why not? I was trying to go for like a leather colour for the interior, but that didn't really work. So chrome wheels, we're going to change the interior colour to a nice grey. Man beige, no, dark grey. Yep, there we go. So yes, it's a bit different, but I think it's going to be something different to use, which is kind of what I want. £159,000. I don't think that's bad. Brand new truck, 800 horsepower. Going to be a big improvement over those old Volvos. Easy for me to say. We've still got one of those, but this is just going to kind of up our trucking game. So it does have the option to have the rear axle steer, which is going to be useful because it's designed to be a shunting truck, and it has reverse drive as well. So yeah, kind of cool. And other job for today is going to be to harvest field 5, which is our sorghum field. I decided to just use the one combine so I could do the combining. Probably some of the other fields will do a bit of course play and double up on the combines to speed the process up, because we do have some larger fields on here, so that kind of is probably a good idea. But this let me just do the job all on my lonesome. No auto drive, no course play, and I might have used a worker for part of it. I'm not sure. Don't know actually. Maybe that was something different. That was on Valley of the Old Farm. So on Valley of the Old Farm, I was doing a load of baling contracts, and I did use a worker for some of that. But on here, not so much. I did use course play to do some of that contract, but obviously the double combine set up for harvesting the big field. I used course play and I did the carting. And some of those root crop harvesting contracts, I used course play because they took quite a long time. So yeah. But they've given us a nice boost in cash. Got the nice truck. I do need to pay off. We've got 50 grand worth of loan left from buying the Thor harvester and the Thor wagon, which I want to pay off. We also got our stash of homebrew to sell. So we'll do that. We'll maybe pay off a different loan then. So if we've got the money, I might target one of the loans that's got a higher monthly payment to reduce our monthly payment. That's probably more sensible. We can afford to pay off one of the bigger loans with a bigger monthly payment. We should do that instead. A bit of me just wants to buy more land and keep progressing, because the more land we own, the more money we make. But part of me is also thinking be sensible. Part of me is also thinking don't be sensible, because I want a better feeder tractor. And there are some options in the sales for better feeder tractors. So, so torn, so torn. That old Deutz is a bit of a pain as a feeder tractor. We could sell that and maybe get something different. So it's kind of what I'm pondering, that maybe I will sell that and try and pick. I did talk about like a 6 series or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to say thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. You are all awesome. Interested in that? Either of those is Patreon or YouTube. There are links down below. So yeah, it's been a bit of a slow start to the week. Well, not really. In the real world, it's been a manic start to the week. The bank holiday, obviously, maybe not. There was a bank holiday in the UK. That wasn't a manic start to the week, but the weather was a bit crappy and we did a bit of binging on the old TV. We watched Renegade now on Prime, I think. Really cool, really enjoyed that. We watched quite a few episodes, maybe not all of it, but it was good fun. And then 2 days in the office back to back, which is thoroughly exhausting. And it seems quite warm as well, so that's a bit annoying and makes some things kind of difficult because the dogs are all quite hot and restless and noisy. So yeah. Anyway, back to combining. Update or new version of Improvised Animal Sheds. I didn't finish it over the weekend. I didn't feel like it, so might be a job for next weekend. I'm not sure. It might be a job for in the week at some point. I don't know. No rush from my point of view. It's going to happen when it happens. The main thing that I wanted to get done this weekend that I didn't get done was sorting out the patio at home. I weeded it a few weeks ago and I really want to re-grout between the paving slabs. But it needs to be dry. It was dry on Sunday, but our patio is in the shade, and although it was dry, it hadn't dried out. So we couldn't do it then, and then Monday it hammered it down. So it's now all wet again. So probably a good chance that I'll end up having to weed it again before I get around to doing that, which is mega frustrating. I did a little bit of weeding on Sunday to try and keep on top of it, but yeah. Not my favourite thing at all. Oh, I also had to cut the grass, which in real life kind of sucks. Much more fun doing it in a farming game. I know, really weird, but hey, is what it is, as I like saying. As of Tuesday, the update to the Animal Food Editions is live, so that's really cool. Go check that out. Did a video on what's in the update a little while ago, so that's available, and on the Maize Plus or my Discord is a description of the changes to the feeding and the input and output levels. The feeding hasn't changed, the amounts of food, water, straw, manure, slurry, eggs, wool, all that kind of stuff has changed for everything except cows. Cows were done initially. And then Akimobile went through recently and did all of the rest of the animals. So yeah, really cool. I think in general, it's going to make them more profitable. I haven't run all the numbers yet. So in general, food has gone down. Water has gone up a lot, so that's going to counter some of that because you have to, unless you're getting water from a free water source, you have to pay. So quite often, if you've got an enclosure with automated water, you'll find you're getting a big water bill every month. Some of the outputs have dropped a little bit, but I think things like wool and eggs have dropped a little bit, but I think maybe not enough to counter the drop in feeding. But I need to run all the numbers and haven't done that yet. At some point, I'll get those done. But so yeah, it's a job that requires a bit of brain power. As you can see, this new truck is doing brilliantly with the carting. It's very cool. Yeah, 800 horsepower is brilliant at pulling this grain cart or grain trailer or trailer. It's not really, it's just a general trailer, I guess. But yeah, it's it's really good for moving it this massive distance. I think we're going to be using it a lot. I'm really hoping it does a similar job with the animal trailer. So that'll be really good. It's going to be good as well, I think, for moving bales on the low loader if we do any of that like I did. If you remember way back when we were doing silage mostly I think they were all silage contracts. Maybe you can hear my dog snoring in the background. Silage contracts on the Oaks where I had the low loader opened up and we were moving huge numbers of bales with it, which makes it really heavy. Obviously, this thing I don't think will struggle at all, and the 2-axle steering makes it really manoeuvrable for getting around the yard. It's brilliant. Thank you for the recommendation, Small. And yeah, because it's got the attachers, I think front and back. Really cool. We could probably even put a 3-point on the front, maybe, with the mod. I'm not planning to, but we probably could. So yeah, did a couple of headlands now into the body of the field, and broke the field up into a couple of lands. And generally the way I do this is I'll do a cut in, I'll start working on a land, and then I'll kind of split off and clear one side out, and then start working again. And I'll tend to do it. I generally won't do like Horseplay does when you're doing lands and do the whole thing. I tend to do it in sections, I guess. I don't know. Just how I do it. I have had people ask before, why do you do that? It's basically so you can keep the auger free. Once you've done cutting, which you generally start when you've got plenty of space in the combine, you've then always got the auger out so the carter can always get to you. Yeah. The colour of that thing is kind of cool. I'm not going to lose it anywhere, am I? I'm not going to lose it anywhere, I don't think. Yeah, so fields to harvest, we've got field 8 across the road is ready to harvest. I don't remember what's in there. My tired old brain does not remember, but that's ready to harvest as well. Need to get that done. Got grass to cut this month, and then progressing to more stuff ready to harvest. There are some more grass fields we could do contracts on. Don't know if I will or not. Depends how I feel as we progress through the month. I might pick them up at the end of the month. I might not. So we will see how things go. It's starting to get towards summer, I guess, technically. What are we, early May, maybe not, late spring? I don't know. When does summer start? I think this week was the first week in the office that we've not had the heating on. So where I work last winter, the heating broke, and it's a very old building. It's slightly complicated, and they have yet to fix it. So we have electric heaters, and yeah, this week was the first week that we haven't had to have the heating on, and actually I didn't have to have a jumper on either, which was really nice. The main reason that that's nice is, the offices get warm, particularly with when you've got a bunch of engineers together. You work out ways to make the rooms warm with what you've got available. That's not a problem. It's when you go outside of the heated bits, like going to a meeting room where someone's not put the heater on, really cold. Walking around the corridors, really cold. And so it was really nice today to not be cold all the time. Yeah, that was good. That was really good. What else? So it's the end of it's Tuesday evening, and it's been quite a long day. So yeah, Twitch, and I don't normally, and I guess I did it in the bit earlier, I don't normally like to ask for stuff like this, but if you've got Amazon Prime and you're not a subscriber to anyone on Twitch, you could head over to my Twitch channel and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and I get like $1.80 out of it. So, you could do that. That'd make me a bit happier. I'm not going to keep mentioning that, but if you feel like doing it, that'd be cool. So, yeah. I managed to, say managed like it's a massive achievement. I sorted out getting Twitch affiliate last week, which is basically I got my butt organised enough to stream enough times in a month to meet their requirements. So yeah. I think this week, I think we're doing a double header again with Thursday, Friday on Palegni. It's my assumption anyway. So yeah, that should be fun. It should be good times. It's kind of fun doing that, you know, get the piss taken out of me a little bit because of the whole realism thing. Got a few little running jokes going on the map with the traffic. If you haven't watched either of the streams, that's kind of funny. Yeah, and it's a really pretty map. I hadn't played it until last week, and yeah, it's a very nice map. I've not really used anything by MA7 before, and yeah, they put a lot of work into their mods. Clearly, there's a lot of detail goes into the map, and it's really nice. It's really nice. Some of the really nice features are very loud, which when you're noise sensitive, kind of sucks. But hey, it's a really nice map. The yard that Paul's using is a built-in yard, and that's really nicely laid out. It's for me, it makes a change from like a UK yard. It's quite different, but in a way quite similar. And I like that. So yeah, I have another dog snoring next to me now. Oh well. It's another load full of sorghum as well. Get that tipped in the silo. I still have not done crop rotations on here. So the thing we can do now is we've got the root crop harvester, so we can start to mix those in. And they seem pretty profitable actually from what I got as excess off of the root crop fields. That paid really well, so I'm thinking we will be planting some root crops, maybe a couple. I need to look back at what I did in the build-up. I think one of them was significantly more profitable than the others, unless the numbers have changed. But I think one was more profitable than the others. But we might do a couple just for a bit of variety. And yeah, I'm still planning to do 2 crop rotations split across the fields that we've got, because we've got quite a decent number of fields now. And some of the bigger fields we will do mostly like combinable crops because we can harvest those quicker, and then the smaller fields we'll do, you know, like maize for silage and maybe the root crops and that kind of thing. I think that's probably what I'll try and set up, because doing silage on the big field was really slow, until we can afford to have 2 forage harvesters, maybe 3 even. Yeah, just an awful lot of work. It's an awful lot of work. So, but I just need to sit down and do that, and I haven't done it yet. I'm also thinking that around the map, there's these little plots. There's one just to our left at the moment. There's one by the sawmill. There's our point up there. There's the what to put on those, because we've got to buy them, because we're going to buy the whole map. Whether it's worth putting some productions on them now, and making use of those. There's 2 or 3 of them around the map. Whether it's worth doing that. Whether it's worth buying one and putting my BGA on there. The BGA that's built into the map is probably a base game one, which is going to be mega slow. And I'm really enjoying the money I'm making off of the mini BGA on the Valley of the Old Farm. So, yeah. Which is really cool, and thank you, Kartek, for pointing out. Mr. CDP is using the mini BGA, I believe, on one of his Let's Plays, which is kind of cool. It's the first time I've seen a big creator using it. It's, yeah, that's cool. That was very cool. Yeah, we're interested in your thoughts on it. I mean, we could just stick more of those masts up. That's earning us a bit of money every month for no effort. Or we could put some other passive earners. We could put some solar panels or something. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts. could maybe, rather than buying fields, we could buy some of those plots and get some passive income coming in, because then we could buy more land for no work, which is, you know, always a good thing. Maybe that's a better idea, actually, than investing in arable land next. We invest in either passive income generators or things that can increase our profitability. Like we've got the grain dryer, we've got the homebrew, got the radio mast, things like that. Maybe that's worth doing to just kind of boost things up a bit rather than doing it through more work. It's kind of appealing, and I know I did ask before about productions. I think some of the suggestions were things like oil mills and stuff like that. We have got canola growing, and sunflowers, so maybe that is worth doing, actually. We could get some canola and some sunflower oil going on. Maybe that's the way forwards. I don't know. I'm open to some suggestions on that front. Either way, yeah. I think things like that are going to be a good idea. Not increase the workload, but increase the profitability, and then we can take another, maybe we take a push then at paying the rest of the loans off, and then a bigger push at buying more land. I really want to get that big field, but I don't want to take out the huge loan that it's going to cost, because that field on its own is well over £1 million. So we probably could just take the loan with the assets that we've got, but I don't want to do that. So. And I still want to buy another tractor. I know. But hey, it's about having fun, isn't it, at the end of the day? Which sometimes I think some of us forget with playing games like this. It's about having fun and doing different things to make it fun. Like on Barley the Old Farm, doing the random forestry stuff. I'm really enjoying that. Yeah. Anyway, sorghum field pretty much harvested, which is cool. We've got a lot of fields left harvested. This is only our second field harvested, I think. So probably want to get the mulcher in here, get this mulched. We have a mulch. If not, we've got the mulch tiller, so we could always bring that in, and that'll get us a plough state as well. As long as we direct drill afterwards, we don't lose the precision farming bonus, and we don't get weeds. So, you know, maybe that is the way to go. Damaged bar is because the trailer's damaged. Don't really care. Damaged trailer does not matter. Still holds stuff, still gets dragged around. But yeah, we'll get this tipped in, see how much we got, and that'll be that. I think we got a decent amount off of here. If I remember rightly, it's going to be worth a fair bit come January. It's got to wait a little while. But hey, I don't mind waiting, considering it's going to pay us quite a bit. Need to get a few things put away as well. Although we're going to need these combine headers, so maybe not. I might have to shuttle a few things up to the other yard as well. Right, let's get this tipped and we'll see what we got. Good old time-saving stock check will come to the rescue. Come on. So we got, come on, hit the button. So 123,000 litres, which is going to be worth £116,000. Very nice. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Click the like button, comments, questions or suggestions below. I'll see you next time.